Hi, my name is Heather Hagaman, and I'm the director of Beloved Yoga's Trauma and Recovery Programs. I am also a certified yoga therapist, and I specialize in the treatment of addictions. I'm very excited that next weekend we will be launching a 2-day training called Resilient Yoga for All Addictions. I wanted to share a couple things about this upcoming training. First thing is the word resiliency. It has become a very popular word today, but it really does pertain to people in recovery. One of the things that people complain about or have shared about is that once they let go of the medicine of their addiction, they are left with the condition and the imbalances that they had before they started using. And those balances usually have come about from a dysregulated defense physiology that a lot of people have from early childhood or childhood trauma or trauma, period. This training will be trauma informed, and that means that there will be this close look at looking at addictions and trauma. Second thing is, when it comes to resiliency, we need tools. We need tools on how to navigate our life without the medication that we used to use. And that means learning how to self-regulate and self-soothe. 18 years ago, when I began this journey into becoming in recovery from alcoholism, I was grateful that many people said to me, "Why don't you try yoga, something, Heather?" And at the time, I was wondering why they would tell me that, but I'm just kidding, because I did absolutely look like bug-eyed, and I was very anxious and couldn't sleep and talked a mile a minute. And so once I found yoga and I began to see the medicine, I began to feel and experience the medicine of the yoga practice. And from there, I've gone and studied and spent 18 years, looking at yoga myself and then using it with clients and teaching it in group classes. And I'm very excited to share what I've learned. The other part of this is that I want to talk about two other things. One is when it comes to addictions, we are probably at the highest amount of addictive behavior we're seeing now in our country. We're seeing not just alcohol and drug use, but we're seeing behavior that we call process addictions. And that means that people are doing behaviors despite the consequences of the behavior, and they can't seem to stop. It manifests just like an alcoholic and just like a drug addict, and the side effects are the same: guilt, remorse, and shame. So it can be simple. It can be things like being addicted to worry, being addicted to gambling, food addictions, shopping addictions, internet addiction, cell phone addiction, Facebook addiction, or just being addicted to your own thoughts, So anyway, I just wanted to say that this is not just focused on drugs and alcohol. The other thing is I also want to pop out this idea of inclusivity. I have been around and I have taken different trainings from people in recovery that have branded their own type of training, and I realize that one thing that seems to be missing, and something that's very vital in my opinion, is this feeling of inclusivity. I've been in yoga classes with people in recovery who could not hardly sit, who could not do a lot of the asana practice, who were very uncomfortable, and probably walked away from the class thinking, "I'm never going to do this class again." I want the classes that I teach and the classes that I would like for you to learn how to teach to be all inclusive to anybody that walks in that door, that they can come in and they can sit in a chair, which I'll be teaching a lot of chair prop use, and be able to use the wall to be able to help feel safe during the practice. One thing that's really sad with people in addictions is this feeling of being left out or being on the outside looking in, and that will not be this type of yoga training. So thank you very much. I hope that you might consider, if you have not thought about doing this, that this is for anyone. It can be a parent, it can be a sister of somebody in recovery, you can be a social worker, a psychotherapist, It's not just tailored to a yoga teacher, because what you will learn here, you will be able to use to help others. And believe me, we need all the help we can get. So thank you so much for listening to this. Namaha, namaste.